You know, it's just so beautiful to actually have people like this in our lives, my gorgeous Aries. You know, it's about this specific person. It's about this certain person. Because of that certain person in your life, things are going to pick up so nicely for you, my gorgeous Erini. So whether this is like somebody who is physically in your life, or this is somebody who you are maybe watching or paying attention to, who is like kind of keep on inspiring you, but this particular person is going to play a huge role in your life. So what am I trying to say here is whether this person is physically in your life, like your friend or a family member or somebody who you know or somebody who you look up to, or whether this person is like somebody who you are watching and you feel so connected to. Whoever this is, this particular person is going to be like your guiding light at the beginning of this week. There is a reason why this person always makes you feel so good about yourself. There is a reason why this person always elevates you, my gorgeous Erini. Every single time when something is wrong, every single time when you don't feel right, this particular person, because of their precious energy, they elevate you instantly. Well, let me tell you, that particular person is going to play a huge role when it comes to the beginning of this week. Because of that person, you are going to feel so inspired to do something really specific, to make the certain move, to make the certain step, to make the first move when it comes to something which has been on your mind for such a long time, when it comes to something that you have been persistently thinking about for so long. And it's to do with you finally coming out of your comfort zone and doing something about it. And let me tell you, this means to you so much. You know, it's about you finally making this first step, this first move, when it comes to something you have been persistently thinking about for so long. And you are, of course, extremely passionate about this, extremely passionate about this. Most certainly, my gorgeous Erini, you will know what am I talking about right at the beginning of this week. Because at the same time, what you need to understand is it's to do with something you're so passionate about. But that in itself, it's gonna require from you to understand that you are, first of all, before you make that step, before you make that move, before you kind of do something about it, first of all, you are gonna need to, on one hand, walk away from something which is not going to happen. Something is just not happening. Something that, you know, to be quite honest with you, you have been patient about for so long, and you're waiting for something that which may never come. And this in itself is going to be a kind of highlighted to you the moment in time when you want to kind of make a certain step, certain move, you know, and this in itself it's going to be evident to you at that very moment in time, because you're going to realize, oh my god, I can't do this unless I kind of walk away from something, you know, that I have been waiting for so long, you know. And also, when I say that you need to walk away from something, that's going to require from you to kind of bring something else. First of all, you're going to have to bring something else to an end. And that's what I mean when I say you're going to have to walk away from something else, something that you have been waiting for a while. For a while, my gorgeous Erini, you have been very patient about this. But I think that this in itself is going to be absolutely obvious to you, okay? And this is like some kind of a risk, like you're going to feel like you are going to need to take. But when you think about it a bit more, a bit further, a lot starts making sense that, you know, it is not kind of a risk anymore. Because, I mean, I'm sorry, but it's to do with an aspect of your life that has come to an end purely because you've changed in the meantime, because you've been waiting for something for so long. But in the meantime, you've changed a lot, my gorgeous Erini. And this is not a bad thing whatsoever. This is important because it means that you evolved. you grew into a different person, so this is to do with your personal evolution. So whatever you're going to be inspired by this person to do, to make a certain move, and this is going to be the right thing to do, because this is to do with your personal evolution, and it's exactly what you should be doing. It's about the possibility that you already were aware of. It's about this possibility that you already knew, my gorgeous Erini, but only now something is going to happen when it comes to that particular precious person in your life, and somehow you are going to reconnect with yourself, my God, so nicely. You're going to ascend immediately as soon as you're kind of reminded of this possibility. This is to do with this particular possibility that you're going to feel like you're going to need like a bit of a leap of faith when it comes to this. So it's about you being really brave and doing this and trying this and starting this, by making a certain move. And when you become aware of what this move is, then you're going to realize, oh, well, I can't do that unless I bring something else to an end, something that has come to, like something that is no longer going to work for you because you've changed so much. You've been waiting for something really specific that only now you're going to have this like, ooh la la, rather bombastic moment, my gorgeous Erini, where you're going to realize that actually, do you know what? Even if that particular thing that you're waiting for comes into your life, you wouldn't feel it anymore. You wouldn't feel it anymore because you moved on, you grew, you evolved. And the part of your evolvement, a part of your evolution, that's the one, sorry, evolvement, I suppose. Part of your evolution, my gorgeous Erini, is the fact that it's about this possibility that it's going to be highlighted to you right at the beginning of this week. But it is to do with something you're extremely passionate about. So this is why this is going to be like, oh my God, so important, because whatever you have been waiting for was like kind of slowing you down. Honestly, whatever you have been waiting for has been slowing you down. So this is going to be a big moment for you, my gorgeous Erini, because at the end of the day, you are going to like do the right thing. Because, I'm not being funny. This in itself, this possibility that you're going to be so inspired, that you have been so passionate about and thinking about for so long, this is something that you are, of course, going to fully need to commit to. Okay? And also, only like about a couple of days later, to be quite honest with you, seriously, only like about a couple of days later, there is going to be such a lovely little experience you are going to have. Only a couple of days later, you are going to have such a lovely experience, really positive experience, and there is something you're going to find out. There is something you're going to realize, this specific information, which is going to open your eyes, and it's gonna kind of like, when it comes to this step that you realize that you're gonna need to make, 2 days later, this positive experience which you are going to have, there is something additional you're going to find out. There is something additional you're gonna find out about this step that you decided to actually take. So a couple of days later, you are gonna find out something really, really important when you have this positive experience, like some kind of information that has been maybe missing when it comes to all this, but you didn't even know it has been missing. You're only gonna realize that through that really, really positive experience, where your eyes are going to be open, my gorgeous Erini, and you are gonna kind of feel even bigger extent of where exactly this is going to take you. Someone is gonna give you some kind of information, and you will be able to see the bigger picture. So if there was any kind of doubt at this moment in time, oh my God, it's about to disappear like the biggest mama. Trust me, it's about to disappear at this moment in time. So here you're gonna realize the kind of full extent to where this is going to take your life to, because you will be talking to somebody who is very experienced or very knowledgeable when it comes to exactly what you decided to start, when it comes to exactly what you decided to do, my gorgeous Erini. So this is why this is going to be absolutely brilliant. This is going to be the beginning of time where this is all not only going to lead towards such an important aspect of your life you should be paying attention to when it comes to your transformation, but it's also going to lead towards you kind of getting in touch with very, very important people, very interesting people as well. And this in itself is going to be like a combination of like a people who are very, very spiritual indeed, people who are like very much so like you in terms of spirituality, but it's also going to be mixture of people who are like kind of really professional and really smart and things like that. I'm not saying that you're not smart, but you know what I mean, like really professional people when it comes to like whichever step you decided to do here. Absolutely brilliant in so many different ways, my gorgeous Erini, indeed. And also, when it comes to the midweek, what is going to be quite important when it comes to the midweek, you really are going to make such a wise choice, a very smart decision. At around the midweek, you're going to make such a wise choice and a really smart decision. It's like you are really gonna kind of decide you're really gonna decide to to kind of more reconnect with yourself in such a way where, you will kind of decide to move on. You will decide to move on. There is something it's going to happen at around the midweek, my gorgeous Erini, and you need to understand that something is going to happen, something really, really positive. And whatever positive happens at around the midweek, you are going to be very happy because you will know that some kind of positive changes are going to kind of take over right now. So you will know that something positive is going to happen at around the midweek, and you will know this is going to really surprise you. And this is going to be the beginning of a positive changes in your life. And it's like really pretty much so the end to like challenging times you've been through for a while. This is pretty much so not only the light at the end of the tunnel. So you are going to become aware of these positive changes at around the midweek. You did not really expect this whatsoever, but you're going to be very happy because it's to do with something that has been like kind of stuck in the process and something that hasn't been changing in a very, very long time. And this is why you're going to feel really happy, and this is instantly going to put you in such a good mood. So now this in itself is going to reflect on you in such a way where you're going to make a really kind of important decision, very smart decision to move on with your life. And now, when it comes to you making a really smart decision, when it comes to you moving on with your life, and now this in itself, it's really kind of going to be a rather deep time of your life. You're going to be thinking about all sorts of things. You're going to be thinking about your life in general. You're going to be thinking about everything you've been through. You're going to be thinking about like good things. You're going to be thinking about bad things. You're going to be thinking about things you're frustrated with. You're going to be thinking about like achievements you had lately. It is just going to be the mixture of things that are going to be on your mind. And yes, you've guessed, you're going to end up in some kind of hermit mode here, my gorgeous Erini, indeed, where you are going to be reflecting on quite a lot of things. And this is not a bad thing again whatsoever, because it's about you kind of getting into this state of your mind where you will kind of realize that in order to kind of move on, with your life, you really need to kind of get rid of this restriction. So the point of all this is that you're going to be very deep, this deep hermit mode you are going to have, where you are going to find yourself like looking for a deep, life answers, for example. You'll go way deep, and this is all going to kind of contribute quite a lot to you in such a way where you're going to kind of be thinking about so many things, but there is this going to be keep on bouncing back all the time, this restriction, restriction. Something is restricting you from doing what you want to do, my gorgeous Aries. So there is this particular, and I think when it comes to this restriction, you need to understand that it's really a lot down to somebody is a kind of making you feel negative about yourself. And it's not necessarily that this person is doing this on purpose, but it's just somebody is just making you kind of feel negative about certain aspects of your life and about certain ideas as well. And this is exactly something that you really need to work on. And this doesn't have to be necessarily a really horrible person. This doesn't have to be necessarily somebody really evil whatsoever, but it's just an impact on your life that this person has. And maybe you've mentioned certain ideas to that particular person lately or within the last few years. And maybe every single time when you mention something to that person laughed or that person didn't take you seriously. But the problem is that this is like something that person is doing subconsciously. Okay, that person is probably not even aware of this. So, but this has created a big blockage in your life, big blockage, without you even realizing subconsciously what you have been doing to yourself. Every single time when you wanted to do something big, you would just stand in your own way, because subconsciously you would not allow yourself, your spirit, to open the door that were right in front of you, only because somebody who you really get on and you really understand each other, like, really cannot take you seriously when it comes to the certain things and the certain plans and the certain ideas which you've actually had. So when it comes to this particular restriction, this is a bit more complex, because listen, it's not about that person being horrible, but it's about you explaining maybe to that person, oh my God, you really bring me down when you do this. Oh no, just be open-minded for me, maybe like that, maybe along those lines. But that person needs to understand something that they don't understand themselves, that they're actually doing. Somebody may be a little bit I don't know, ironic and things like that, but this actually affected you. And this is going to come to you. It's going to come to you. And these things do happen sometimes. And people can do this subconsciously. Like this person right now is doing this subconsciously. They're not aware of this, so you need to work on this. So it's somebody who is in your life, but somebody who doesn't understand that they're actually doing this. So you need to kind of maybe explain that to that particular person on one hand, and then on another hand, now when you understand, what is this doing to you, you can just kind of like really reflect on it. And you must not allow this to kind of prevent you from moving on ever again. So this is like some kind of a restriction that may kind of even surprise you, because some of you were like aware of it before, but maybe you didn't understand how serious this can be, So, it's just about, it's the way this world is sometimes, I guess, So this is something that you're going to need to kind of work on. Very, very important, my gorgeous Erini. This is in so many different ways. And there is also going to be around the midweek, you will realize that there is a certain journey that you are going to need to make. There is somebody you are going to go and need to see. And even if you don't make that journey around the midweek, you're going to realize around the midweek that it's now time for you to visit somebody who you haven't seen in a long time. And something is going to remind you of that person, my gorgeous Erini. And once you visit that, it's somebody who you really love, somebody who is really in your life. And whether you're going to visit that person immediately or you're going to visit that person, I don't know, within the next few months or so, it is very important for you to get to that destination, because once you get to this destination where you're going to reconnect with somebody really beautiful in your life, like a family member or a friend you've had for a very long time, once you get to this destination, you're going to find out something which is going to surprise you. It's going to shock you, but at least you will know what needs immediate, like kind of urgent care. You will know what immediately needs like an urgent care in your life. There is something that is going to shock you, but at least you will find out what needs an immediate care in your life. Very important. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Erini, let me tell you, oh my God, you are really going to have a remarkable experience, a really crazy, a really important, and a really significant life experience you are going to have at the end of this week. Oh my God, you are going to have a significant, mind blowing, and very surprising life experience right at the end of this week. This in itself is going to leave you with no options but to make certain changes in your life. Why? Because this mind blowing experience is also bringing really, really powerful and quiet, unexpected revelations which are going to help you to break free and to release old belief systems. Oh my God, which means that you are gonna feel ready for something new, which means that you're gonna come out of your comfort zone you did not even know you were in, which means that you're not going to be emotionally and spiritually drained anymore, which has caused so much tension in your life for quite a while now. And on another note, this is all gonna lead towards this mind-blowing result. What result? This is all gonna lead towards you, the product of all this. It's going to lead towards you having this brilliant idea. Okay, this brilliant idea, it's not something you can just do overnight. This brilliant idea, it's not something which is going to happen overnight. This brilliant idea is most certainly going to be a absolutely fantastic, but it's gonna need a bit of time to actually work on this brilliant idea which you are going to have. It's gonna change your life forever in the best possible way. And this brilliant idea that you are going to have, it's also going to be the direct result of you overcoming a big obstacle, big problem. Indeed, this is all going to help you to remain objective at a time when you would normally be like, oh my God, but now things are finally going to start moving on here. So now, my gorgeous Serini, I'm just going to see what is going to be your oracle card of the week. Okay, let's see what is going to be your oracle card of the week. Oh my lordy lord, there you go. Financial health. Financial health. Surprise, surprise. Just be kind of like really as kind of open-minded as you possibly can, because there are going to be all sorts of ideas and all sorts of realization that you are going to have, especially when it comes to your finances. This week something is going to happen, something really good is going to happen in your financial situation. It's most certainly going to pick up, but also at the same time, this beautiful healing, it's actually going to take place. Beautiful healing is going to take place, and that means that you're going to need to work with it a little bit, you see, in such a way where it's going to be a remarkable combination in between the mind, body, and spirit, you see. So your body is going to be communicating to you. Open yourself up, baby. Your body is going to be communicating to you, and your body is going to be making you aware of exactly what your body needs. Okay, so pay attention to this, because you are going to have this opportunity to heal yourself like never before. This week you're going to become so confident, my gorgeous Erini, and I do know that like there is a very important discussion going to happen. You will talk to somebody about this problem that has been on your mind, and for the first time in your life, this is actually going to be resolved. This is something that has been also emotionally draining you for an absolute ages. Okay, my gorgeous Erini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasis, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.